Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some MLB news, basically a MLB trade deadline special, a good old Landon special. A lot of trades went down today. I done my Jack Flaherty video, so if you want to go watch my thoughts on that, gave my thoughts on the Dodgers, they're moved there, so let's get all the other stuff out of the way. So, first thing I want to talk about is the Arizona Diamondbacks. They acquired another reliever. The Arizona Diamondbacks have acquired reliever Dylan Floro from the Washington Nationals per John Gambadoro. Floro has a 2.06 ERA with 40 strikeouts and 13 walks this year across 52.1 innings. Dude, that's honestly, that's a pretty good return. Because they got a 25-year-old third baseman who should be in the MLB for a 33-year-old relief pitcher who would have left in free agency. Not really a bad pickup, but not really a bad trade, to be honest. I think both sides were good in this deal. And Dylan Floro, the D-backs need some bullpen help, and he's some pretty good bullpen help. So, San Francisco Giants made kind of a confusing move here. The San Francisco Giants have acquired outfielder Mark Canha from the Detroit Tigers per Robert Murray. Such a Giants pickup. Really a shitty deadline for the San Francisco Giants. They kept Blake Snell, which is kind of obvious. But to trade for Mark Canha, you give away Jorge Soler. They're weird. They're selling, but they're not buying. It's just, I don't know. Kind of a weird trade deadline for San Francisco. So the New York Yankees, they have acquired relief pitcher Enyel De Los Santos from the San Diego Padres per Chris Kirschner. They got this. Yeah, De Los Meatballs. This guy isn't really that good. Cashman dumpster diving again. He even has a negative WAR. They needed another bat to me. Kind of a disappointing deadline. I mean, yeah, they got Stanton back. They're going to have Jason Dominguez for the future, but you need to go get another bat. This Enyel De Los Santos isn't going to be a big-time stud out of your bullpen. The Tampa Bay Rays have acquired outfielder Dylan Carlson from the St. Louis Cardinals in exchange for right-handed pitcher Sean Armstrong per Jeff Passan. Prospect type of years ago from him was unreal. I mean, he's got a cannon. Like his defense is good. I like the move for the Rays. But he just hasn't been as good as a prospect as he was hyped up to be. But you know, knowing the Rays, they'll make him good. The Boston Red Sox, they have acquired reliever Luis Garcia from the Los Angeles Angels per John Heyman. Oh yes, another trash pitcher here. The Red Sox, I mean, did they really improve from this trade deadline? Not really. Because you got James Paxton, who's not really that good. High ERA. So is Yohan Ramirez and Luis Garcia. And whenever this guy gets 2 outs, he just shits himself. So, San Diego Padres, they've acquired left-handed pitcher Martin Perez from the Pittsburgh Pirates in exchange for left-handed pitcher Ronaldus Jimenez per Francis Romero. That's a good move for the Pirates, maybe just to get rid of Martin Perez. Because he's been the weak link in that rotation this year. He just hasn't been good. So, it's a good move to get on, trade him. So the Pirates, I guess, Perez isn't good. Isn't good. They got rid of a guy that's not going to be good for their rotation. So I don't know if I like this move for San Diego, to be honest. We talked about Jack Flaherty deal. I didn't really mention this in my video. I talked about it, but kinda, but the Los Angeles Dodgers, they acquired outfielder Kevin Kiermaier from the Toronto Blue Jays per Ken Rosenthal. Like I said, it's a good addition for defense. I mean, he's a glove-first outfielder, and that's why we got him. And he's also retiring at the end of the season, so the Blue Jays are trading him to a team that has a chance to get a ring. So this was kind of a shock today. Well, I shouldn't say shock. I expected this to happen, but the Chicago White Sox did not trade Garrett Crochet today per Ken Rosenthal. Well, he's definitely not getting October baseball now. But I guess he won't have to worry about that now. Maybe he'll turn into a big off-season trade, possibly. We'll see. I'm kind of shocked he didn't get traded this deadline. The Baltimore Orioles are acquiring outfielder Eloy Jimenez from the Chicago White Sox per Jeff Passan. Wrong White Sox player. I don't get it. He's just a poor man's Santander with injury problems. I mean, he's good against lefties. To me, he's good against lefties, but righties, and he's going to be a platoon bat for him. It's really not a great deadline. Tommy! From the Baltimore Orioles. The Pittsburgh Pirates are acquiring utility man Isaiah Kiner-Falefa from the Toronto Blue Jays per John Heyman. Also, W moved from the Pirates. Guys actually having a good season this year, so I like the move there for Pittsburgh. And honestly, they made another move here. The Pittsburgh Pirates are finalizing a trade, which obviously already finalized, for outfielder Brian De La Cruz from the Miami Marlins per John Heyman. The right-handed pitcher Jun Seok Shingham and infielder / outfielder Garrett Forrester are heading back to Miami in this deal. Dude, this is definitely a Pirates move. I just don't think he's a solid player, so this is an elite. But A+ move for the Marlins, like, hell of a trade deadline, getting some good players in all of their deals. The Toronto Blue Jays have no plans, or they had no plans, obviously, before the trade deadline reported. They weren't trading Vladimir Guerrero Jr. or any other big names. I'm not going to talk about this. Who cares? The Astros and Yankees, they both made a final push for Rays slugger Yandy Diaz per Francis Romero, but they ended up keeping Yandy Diaz, so he's staying there. So the Yankees couldn't get another bat there. This was an interesting trade here. The San Diego Padres acquired all-star reliever Tanner Scott and right-handed pitcher Brian Hoeing from the Miami Marlins in exchange for left-handed pitcher Robbie Snelling, right-handed pitcher Adam Mazur, infielder Graham Pauley, and infielder Jay Bashirs per Jeff Passan. Dude, the Padres honestly got fleeced so hard here. I mean, yeah, you're not too upset with it because you got an all-star reliever, but I don't know. Man, that's a trade deadline. You want to make your team better, but that's a lot of prospects. You're throwing away a lot of future players. A lot of future prospects you're throwing away. So it's a good move right now to get him, but in the long term, it's not going to be the best move. So the Seattle Mariners are finalizing a deal to acquire right-handed pitcher JT Chargois from the Miami Marlins per Ken Rosenthal. Right-handed pitcher Will Schomburg is headed to Miami as part of this deal. The Mariners needed to add a bat. They didn't need to get this guy. I don't know if this guy's any good or not, though. The New York Mets acquired right-handed pitcher Paul Blackburn from the Oakland A's per Jeff Passan. A good underrated pickup to me. Probably not giving up too much either, so that's honestly an underrated pickup. The Kansas City Royals acquired infielder Paul DeJong from the Chicago White Sox per Ken Rosenthal. And the Royals aren't playing around. I mean, it's a good move because he can hit homers. He's having a good year. Next trade. The Texas Rangers are acquiring relief ranger Che from the Detroit Tigers in exchange for right-handed pitchers Joseph Montalvo and Chase Lee. Andrew Chafin always gets freaking traded at the trade deadline. The Kansas City Royals finalized a trade to acquire reliever Lucas Urquhart from the Oakland A's per Jeff Passan. Right-handed pitchers Mason Barnett, Will Klein, and outfielder Jared Dickey are going to Oakland as part of this trade. Good pickup. He's got some nasty stuff and will be a big piece of their bullpen. So the Cleveland Guardians are acquiring right-handed pitcher Alex Cobb from San Francisco Giants per Jeff Passan. I mean, you'll take it with the rotation. Not a bad pickup. The rotation desperately needed help. They still needed to get like a shortstop, because I don't think you want Daniel or what's his name, Schneemann or Rocchio starting a playoff game. The Houston Astros are acquiring reliever Caleb Ferguson from the New York Yankees in exchange for a MILB player plus international pool money per Jack Curry. I mean, he has a 5 ERA, so you weren't going to get much for him. The D-backs are acquiring first baseman slash DH Josh Bell from the Miami Marlins per Craig Mish. Dude, trade deadline legend Josh Bell always gets traded. Him and he could be replacing Christian Walker, if he's injured. So the Baltimore Orioles acquired left-handed pitcher from the Miami Marlins in exchange for number 5 prospect second baseman Connor Norby. Dude, I did not think he would get traded for Connor Norby. And then it comes out the trade update. They're acquiring Trevor Rogers from the Miami Marlins in exchange for second baseman Connor Norby and outfielder Kyle Stowers per multiple sources. What's up with these teams getting fleeced for mid-starters? Norby and Stowers is crazy. Do they have enough to replace them? Yeah, maybe, but they got fleeced hard here. In my opinion, Turby! The Boston Red Sox have acquired reliever Lucas Sims from the Cincinnati Reds in exchange for number 29 prospect right-handed pitcher Ovis Portes per multiple sources. Good trade. I mean, it's a good trade, but the Sox need much more than that to compete for a spot, what they've got. The New York Yankees have reportedly signed former outfielder Brett Phillips, who is now listed as a pitcher. Dude, they really they're that desperate. The New York Yankees acquired reliever Mark Leader Jr. from the Chicago Cubs in exchange for infielder Ben Callis and right-handed pitcher Jack Neely per Jeff Passan. Yes. I mean, it's a fine trade for both sides. Well, the Orioles acquired left-handed pitcher Gregory Soto from the Phillies before the deadline, so that's not really a great move either, man. The Orioles, they honestly didn't have that great of a trade deadline, if I'm being honest. I mean, Gregory Soto, Trevor Rogers. I feel like you gotta feel like coming out of this trade deadline, there's a few other trades probably, but I don't care. But as for winners, you gotta say for the winners of this trade deadline, you gotta immediately say the Miami Marlins. Bunch of great trades. The Padres, I don't know about Padres. Yankees, no. If I have to say winners, I'd say the Dodgers and the Marlins are definitely winners here. But yeah, that's my MLB news for the trade deadline special, Landon special. So until next time, Malcolm Light, peace.